Hi educators, let's talk about Flipgrid today. Flipgrid is admittedly one of my very favorite apps to use. There's so many unbelievably cool uses for Flipgrid. Everything from student learning reflections to reading samples to holding up a piece of work that they did on paper and pencil and walking you through the logic and the steps that they took and that sort of thing. So lots of cool things that you can do with it. I'm going to leave that up to you guys. Unless you want some ideas, feel free to contact me. Having used it for a long time with a bunch of different teachers, I've seen some really cool things, but you guys are artists and experts, so I trust you to come up with some really cool ideas. But let's talk about how you do it. So you're going to go to flipgrid.com. You are going to go to this sign up today if you haven't used it before. And it's just going to ask you some demographic information. You want to log in with your Google account. It's just going to access your school Google account. So I'm going to do the Hood River account there. And I'm already in, so I'm logging in. But if you haven't used it before, then it's going to ask you some demo information. Just fill all that out. And then basically this is kind of my homepage if you want to think about that. These are all the grids that I've created. So think of grids as classes. So if you're an elementary teacher, maybe you just have one grid. If you're a secondary teacher, middle school, high school, you might have several grids, one for each class or one for each subject matter or something like that. To create grids, you just click this Add New Grid button, give it a title here. Since we're using this in school, use the school email for them to access, and they'll just access it the same way you did, where you click the login with their Google account. And then this is the Flipgrid URL that you can share with them. Then you click Next, and you'll have your grid ready to go. So these are all grids that I've created. Once you have a grid created, then you can get in here and you can add topics. So if I were thinking of for my class, I might have an end of the week reflection topic, like how did the work go? What are you still wondering about? What kind of support do you need? That sort of thing. And that's kind of what I did with this distance learning topic. But basically to create a topic, it's really similar. Create the add new topic, you give it a title. You can select the timing. It defaults to 90 seconds. I tend to go to 2 or 2.5 minutes, but you can go all the way up to 10 minutes. Use your best judgment there. In here, you can add your specific question or stimulus, something you want them to respond to. You can add links to websites in here. You can record a video. The kids love to see your face and listen to you because they miss you just like you miss them. So you can record a video in here. This does, a precaution, this does need to, if you're recording a video, it does need to be done on your laptop. It can't be done on your iPad. I got around that by recording a video on my laptop and uploading that to my YouTube account and then just dropping it in as a YouTube video. But you can do images and GIFs and emojis, all the cool stuff. You can do all this stuff down here, all optional. Once you have this all set up, you just click the create. Whoops, I'm sorry. My fault. Click the create button right down here, and you have a grid created. And here's what they look like once they're created. So this is the grid that I've created, so you can see the welcome video and kind of the how-to and the questions and that sort of thing. And then I also typed in questions in here, gave it a title, and then you can see I've got a couple of responses, and we'll dig into that so you can see what that looks like in just a second. Actions, the share button is going to be really important, so you can share just the URL, and if you're using Google Classroom, you can just copy that and paste it in as an assignment, or you can actually use the Google Classroom icon here and it links directly into a Google Classroom, and you can drop that in as an assignment. In the actions here, it's kind of the same things that we have down below. I can record a response. I don't do much with the Disco. They have mixtapes and grid pals and Disco libraries. If you really get into it, we can talk about that, but I just keep it kind of straightforward. But you can duplicate a topic, so if you kind of have the same type of question every week, you can duplicate it instead of redoing the whole thing. That's kind of nice. You can hide topics to get them kind of out of the way, out of mind, out of sight, that sort of thing. And this, of course, the pencil is always the edit function. So to go back once you've created something and maybe you mistyped a word or you want to add a video or a topic tip or anything like that, you can do that with the pencil there. To look at my profile, you can get in here and you can create your own profile with some kind of demographic information in here if you want. Not necessary, but you can do that if you want to. Okay. I'll do in a second video kind of how the students actually get in here and record a video. So look forward to that.